Okay, so let's start the class. Good evening, all of you. Day 14, differential equation. We are going to continue. So we'll start with rules for finding particular integral. So this is very important topic. Already I have discussed in which case we used to find out particular integral. So guys, in last few classes, we were discussing how to find out complementary function. In complete solution, you have complementary function plus you have particular integral. So complete function we used to find out in any type of differential equation. This is mandatory. But particular integral we will find out only in that kind of differential equation in which after equal sign there will be any function given, and this function will be function of x. Like that can be x square, that can be e power x, that can be sin x, that can be log x, that can be a power x, or any or product of these two, product of any two, like that. Okay, so the right side part also we have to consider into the solution, then only we'll be having complete solution. In previous classes, whatever examples we saw, in all the examples in the right side we used to have 0. That's why the particular integral was not needed. So complementary function was our complete solution in the previous examples. But from now we will be discussing some matured equations where in the right side we'll be having some kind of function. Like for example, you might have heard when I was teaching you structure, strength of material, mechanical vibration, then there used to be a forced vibration, right? In that your force itself will be having some kind of frequency. Like the force you can write as F naught sine omega t, right? In the right side. But mostly like if you don't have this part, if you have normal, you remember mx double dot plus kx is equal to 0 used to be our basic equation. You can see here you have a differentiation, so this is the differential equation, right? So here we used to have 0. This is the equation of vibration where we are not in need to calculate particular integral because this portion is 0. After the right side, in the right side we have 0, but in the vibration itself we have a topic called forced vibration. So there in the right side we don't have 0. In the, after equal sign we have equation which we have term which contains t. Okay, so in same way, because in mathematics we mostly discuss dy by dx, right? In physics dx by dt also come, like mostly I'm just talking about the variables. So in the right side you will be having function of x, right? Here you will be having function of t. Okay, so what are the rules? It depends what kind of function we are solving. If you are solving algebraic function, then different rule. Exponential function, then different rule. But they're very easy. So we have to go from the basics so that even though in future if you are forgetting the rules, then you can easily identify and you can easily evaluate the final answer for particular integral. Mostly what they do, mostly what we used to do, we used to mug up standard formulas for these kind of standard terms. We used to remember the formulas. Like for example, in differentiation we remember, right, what is sine ax plus b differentiation? That is nothing but a cos ax plus b. But we don't remember a complicated function. Like if I'll ask sine x plus cos x by tan x, do you remember the formula for this? No. In same way, there are some standard cases. For those cases we will be remembering the particular integral formulas, and remaining if they are coming, then we have to deal with our basic practice. So now I'll change the page. Take down there is something, this is the first topic. There is something called inverse operator. Inverse operator. Okay, now suppose in first you understand what is the definition of this. So actually it inverse, right? So it will look like this: 1 by function of d. You remember what is this d? This d is nothing but, what is this? This is nothing but your auxiliary equation. Okay, like you remember in last class we used to do like this, right? So just an example, if I'll try to recall, like if you have suppose d2y by dx square plus 3 dy by dx x plus no, not x, just put some 2 here, plus y is equal to 0. So in this if I consider this as d square, this as d, so it will be like d square plus 2d plus 1, right, into y. So this part alone I am giving symbol as fd. Okay, so your 1 by fd, if there is any function x, if there is any function x. Because actually, why are we discussing inverse operator in the beginning itself? Because almost in every question we will be landing to this stage. So that's why in the advance itself I am explaining there is something called inverse operator. Inverse SE will be there. Inverse operator. So in inverse operator, this kind of situation will appear. In that, this x can be anything. Anything means this can be e power x, a power x, sine x, log x. I mean any general function which will be the function of x. Okay. Now how will you treat this, and why this kind of situation will appear? Yes. Actually, see now why this kind of question will appear. Because see, suppose this equation you see here. If I'll copy this equation here. Oh, I want to copy this equation here. Suppose in this equation, suppose there is no 0. Suppose there is e power x, right? So in that case, this part what you are seeing, this will be equal to e power x. In that case, if I will try to find out y value, how the y value will look like? This y value will be nothing but, because this time I have e power x present. So what will I do? I will take only this much, okay, and I will send this below this. Get my point? Like this, right? So in that case, whatever is this I will call as function of d. So now you can see this is my x function, I mean function of x, that I'm representing as capital X. But here whatever is coming, that I'm saying as fd. So what are the popular types we may get? Those popular types we will discuss here as inverse operator. Okay, like here I gave one example. So first we will generalize our study. After that we will go for the example. I will change the page. So suppose under the same topic, you copy down that, and you also copy this for example purpose, so that you can keep in mind what's going on. I will change the page. Okay, I'll change the page. Okay. Now see, suppose you have 1 by fd with any function x. This capital X is the function of x. So you can say, so this total part is also the function of x, correct? So you should mention here is that function of x, comma, not containing any arbitrary constant, which when operated upon by fd gives x. So means if you have 1 by fd with this and you want to operate this function with fd, this will give you x. So we can say that thus this part means 1 by fd x satisfies the equation f capital D into y is equal to x. Now see, what is this? This is what I gave in the previous page. What? Just let me go back to the previous page. You see, not here, here. Finally, this portion was here, right? So this portion was your fd, and this is y, and this is your x. Okay, so it means what? This guy will satisfy the equation this. It means what? I can replace this y value here. I will change the page and I will explain further. Copy down this. I hope you have copied. Okay, now you see. And okay, I'll go back, take down, or here itself I can mention at the bottom, and satisfy the equation this, and is its particular integral. It means what? This guy is going to be my, I mean not this guy, the total, this guy is going to be, means this guy is going to be my particular integral. So whenever you are landing to this stage, so this stage you have to open and solve. So in different cases of x and in different cases of fd, we have to learn how to solve. Okay, that will be my what to say, pi means particular integral. Okay, I'm changing the page. So suppose you take like this example. Suppose somewhere you are getting d alone, okay, and you have any function x. We are not sure what is the function. So what will you do? You know, in side by side, you should always keep in mind this d is nothing but d by dx. Only this part I am writing as d, remember. So suppose if somewhere I have d here, it means this d you send here, this dx you send here. So it means what? This will be equal to dx. So 1 by d I can replace as dx. So already this guy is the function of x. It means this part I can write as integration x dx. I hope you are getting what is going on, right? Okay, it's clear. Now you see, I will change the page. See here, this 1 by dx I am writing as integration x dx. Whatever is this, that was this, and whatever is this, that is nothing but y value. Correct? Let me go back here. You see, what is y value? This y value is nothing but e power x by this guy only, right? So this guy only I am saying as fd, and this guy I am saying as f. So x by fd, this is only my y value, right? And I have taken example where my total fd is nothing but only d. Only d means I am only talking about a simple equation d by dx, right? I will change the page. See here. So in this case, whatever I am getting here, this total I will call as y. So this total value of y, either you say this one or you say this one, this became my particular integral. Okay, one thing is clear, that this is my particular integral, but we have to integrate this, then only we can find out our correct value. But this x is not x here. This x is any general function. It can be e power x, a power x, anything, any value. So that value in examples, that will come completely in examples. So that value I will integrate and I'll be getting my answer, right? So you just mention here, integrating with respect to x, our y will be equal to x dx, no constant. We don't have to put any constant, no constant being added, because in the beginning itself we have considered we don't have any arbitrary constant. Okay, so you understand, whenever 1 by d with any function will come, how will you operate? In same way, there is one more standard case. Sometimes 1 by d minus a will come. How will you tackle that part also? So I will change the page. Another example. So these two are standard cases. Then I will jump to the example. Another example. Sometimes we have to tackle this kind of situation. D minus a with any function. Again, I am saying this is not x here. It is representing any function of x, right? So when this kind of situation will come, what can we do? One thing is clear. This total will be the value of y. Okay. So now what are we going to do? First, you remember its direct answer. Its direct answer is e power ax integration the function into e power minus ax dx. Now this total is the value of your particular integral. Now question comes, how will you reach till here? Right? How will you reach till here, till this answer? So this is your particular integral. If 1 by d minus a, this kind of answers are coming. Let's reach to the answer. See what we have to do. 1 by d minus a into x, this was equal to y. So you do one thing. Let's simplify this. This part I can send this side. So my x will look like d minus a into y. Okay, now see. This is a general simple format to send this value here. But actually mathematics does not allow this. what mathematician says, you don't teach your students that multiply this here. Mathematician says you multiply d minus a here also and multiply d minus a here also. Then you cancel these two terms and then you land to this step. See, there are some restrictions. So I'm just following that. So reality is actually how I'm getting this step. I'm getting this step like this. Now, I will tell you that how some teachers are teaching in different ways. Sometimes they say if sine theta is equal to cos theta, if sine theta is equal to sine 60, so they say sine will get cancelled, theta is equal to 60 degree. No, actually theta is equal to 60 degree, but sine we don't cancel. Get my point? They are not products. I mean, it is not like you have sine into theta is equal to sine into 60 and you are cancelling sine. No, I hope you are getting my logic. Okay, from after this step logic works, mathematics does not work. So in same way, similar situation is here. I am sending this d minus a this time, but this is loose. Okay, this is loose concept. Real concept is multiply d minus a both side. Anyway, that is not our main focus. Main focus is after achieving this, we will write like x is equal to, what is this? This is d by dx, correct? Keep in mind. So when you will send this y inside, so it will be like d by dx into y and minus ay. Okay, if you focus on this, what is this, guys? Can you remember what is this? Anyone try to remember what is this format? In last few classes we have discussed this format. Can you recall the name? Linear? Good, very good. But what is the name of this? What is the name? Which one? Very good. Leibniz. Very good. Leibniz. Very good. So this format is Leibniz format. So for the better look, you arrange again. I will change the page. You arrange like this. You write properly. dy by dx minus ay is equal to x. We already know that whenever we have this kind of situation, we will break down to Leibniz format and we have direct formula, right? What is the formula? Y into integrating factor is equal to integration. Then we have q into integrating factor. Okay, now again keep in mind, whenever you are getting Leibniz form, quickly you identify what is your p value, what is your q value. From p value is minus a and q value is x. Then you immediately find out integrating factor, that is nothing but e power minus p dx, p dx. After that, it will be e power minus ax, because p is a value, so a is constant value, so integration of dx will be simple x. Okay, we got our integrating factor, so y into integrating factor is e power minus ax. X is equal to, now q value is any function. We are not sure which function is that, because that function is not mentioned, because we are studying general, we are not dealing with the example. Okay, now integrating factor is nothing but e power minus ax dx. So that's why you see here, this portion also you can send this side. So your y value, what you are getting as e power ax integration, you can write as e power minus ax into x dx. So this is what I gave you in the beginning to mug up the equation, right? So this y value is this one. So actually this became your particular integral. So whenever 1 by d minus a format is coming, you don't have to come like this. You directly remember the format. Whenever 1 by d minus a comes, your particular integral will always be like this. Only in this x will change in question to question. But whenever you see 1 by d minus a, you have to remember this formula. In this formula, e power ax and e power minus ax, they are coming by default, okay, because of this proof. Okay, but question to question, what will change? This x value will change in every question. Okay, now we are ready to tackle example. So now in our first example, we will tackle the example of exponential function. I mean, this x I will treat as exponential function. Okay, so ready for the example. I will change the page. Now during the example itself, I will give you some keywords, but before that also I want to give some keywords. So now I'm going to take cases. Standard cases only we will discuss here, and in standard cases, so consider case 1. When I am considering this as is purely e power ax. Okay, so you know this x is coming as e power ax. Okay, so there will be any question given, just an example. Take an example like, suppose d2y by dx square is given, and plus 5 dy by dx is given, and plus y is plus take it 6y is equal to e power x is given, suppose. So in this question, this part will help you to find out complementary function, and this part will help you because it is x, so this will help you to find out particular integral. Okay, now come to the point. How to find out complementary function? For that you will make auxiliary equation. That auxiliary equation in this case, in this particular question, it will be d square plus 5d plus 6. Okay, you will put to 0 and you will find out two values of d. Okay, and that those two values of d will be nothing but 2 roots m1 and m2, and then already we have discussed how to find out complementary function. You go and revise how to discuss complementary function in previous lecture. Okay, now today we are learning how to find out particular integral. In this question, after finding out CF and after finding out particular integral, you have to add both the answers, then only that will be your complete solution, right? So I hope you are understanding what I am saying. Okay, so right now I have considered in this question x is equal to e power x. So we will understand the general case whenever e power ax type of thing is coming, how to find out particular integral. Okay, so see here. You will go like this, 1 by because see, you understand how do we calculate, how do we go here? We will take all the y common from all these things, so we'll be getting d square plus 5d plus 6 into y is equal to e power x, right? So then what will I do? This y, I need to find out this y value only. I will say h particular integral, I will send this value down, so y will look like e power x divided by d square plus 5d plus 6, right? So now see here, what is this? This is nothing but your function of d. So this y looks like, what is this? This is your x, right? And this looks like d. So this is what in the beginning itself I have taught you that very frequently we'll be getting inverse operator. So inverse operator, right now inverse operator we have to deal for x is equal to e power ax. So we are going to learn how to deal inverse operator for e is equal to ax. Okay, so direct, so what I'm saying, you should remember the direct value. I will change the page. You should remember the direct value, but I will take you till the proof. So how will you go like this? See, whenever e power ax divided by function of d is coming, this part, the total answer for this, you will write as 1 by f d as it is into f no, I'm doing mistake is equal to 1 by f a will come into e power ax will come. This will be your final answer whenever this is coming. Now what is a here? You see here, in the previous example, what was your d? Your d was d square, I mean what was your fd? Your fd was d square plus 5d plus 6, correct? This was your d value. Now but this was your fd value, correct? Fd was this much. Now I am saying it to calculate fa, because that fa I will substitute here. So before that, you know what is a is nothing but coefficient of x. So that is nothing but, in the given question what I have taken example, that is e power x, right? So in that your a is 1. So your fa will look like 1 square plus 5 plus 6, right? So I am getting some answer for that. So I hope my answer is correct. 12 I am getting. So what I am getting here, that is right now I have got some answer. Now in this answer, you see, in this answer, is it 0? No, this is not 0, because if by mistake it is coming 1 by 0, so this answer will fail. So whenever you have this situation, your answer will be this much. But condition is your FA should not be equal to 0. But if your FA is equal to 0, then your answer will be x divided by f dash x, and then you write e power ax. Okay, and you replace a here, a. It means one time you differentiate this guy and put here x, extra x. So this x is this x is our x. It is not something else. It is our x. Clear? Now suppose again f dash a is also being failed. In that case, but if your f dash a is also being 0. In that case, again, we cannot put 0 here because it will make sound like 1 by infinite, 1 by 0, so infinite. So again, what will you do? Then your answer will be put one more square. Put one more x. X square e power ax divided by f double dash a. F double dash a. F double dash a. F double dash a. I don't have place here. You just write here f double dash a. Okay. Okay. What is your doubt here? Doubt is x is also differentiation of given function on. No, that x is x only. That x is only x. That x is only x. Right? So like this, but in GATE exam, probably here or here you will settle down. I will take one example. In that example, I will clear everything. Like here, in this example, what example I have taken, that is already very clear. Your FA value we have got as 12, correct? So your PI, I will change the page. You see here, in this example, I have taken this example, right? So in this example, if you are only looking for PI, so your PI formula is this, right? X by FD, get my point. PI formula is this, X by FD. But your X is now e power AX. So whenever you have e power AX and FD, what is your formula? You have to mug up the formula, okay? Memorize it. So that your speed will be faster. What is the formula? You quickly write like this, e power AX divided by FA. Okay. And what is your FA? So for that, sorry, D is here, guys. This D, okay, this D. Okay, so what is your FA? How will you calculate FA? So to calculate FA, you should know what is your FD. What is your FD? This guy is your FD. So in this FD, you substitute your A value here and here. What is your A value? Go to the question. E power X is given. E power X. So your A is 1. So this one you copy, substitute here, substitute here. So FA will be 12. So e power AX by 12. Sorry, A is 1 here. So e power x by 12. E power x by 12. This became your y value. This is only your PI, particular integral. I hope it's very clear. Guys, any doubt here in this? Which part you want me to repeat? I'll explain again. Okay, I'll change the page. I'll explain. See. Pratik, are you clear that what are we doing with this? Pratik, are you clear with this term? Okay. Actually, do you recognize what is this properly? Okay, this can be any x function, correct? Okay, this can be, Now I am taking a case. In that case, I have considered, suppose in question e power ax type of thing is present in the right side. Okay, so now FD will be coming. So if this guy is like this, so for this I am telling you to remember direct formula. Direct formula is this will give you answer as e power ax divided by FA. Simple. Okay, now what is A here? This is your answer. This is your y value. Okay, Pratik, get my point. This is your answer, final answer. This is your PI value. Okay, so in this answer you have A and A here now. This is not FD anymore. This is FA anymore. So your FA, how will you calculate? For that, you should know your FD. What is your FD? Coefficient of Y was your FD, na? So in my example, it was D square plus 5D plus 6. This was your FD. Okay. So after knowing FD, you should know what is your A value. So your A value was given in the question. What was the question? Question was, where is the question? Question was this. Get my point. Where is the A value? Search where is the A value. Are you able to search, Pratik, where is A value? Here 1x. 1 is your A value. So if you are clear that okay, your A is equal to 1, then this 1 itself you have to substitute, because see, A is 1 clear, but you don't have to bother about this. You have to bother about FA, because in the answer you have FA. So if there is D, then there is D and D. If there is A, then there must be A and A. It means A square plus 5A plus 6. But your A is 1, na? So 1 square plus 5 plus 6 is equal to 12. So Pratik, is it clear now? Very good. Anyone else is having any doubt in this? I have explained very well. No problem. Okay, very good, very good. Okay, very good. See guys, whenever I will summarize what we have to do. First you copy down everything. Everyone copy down everything. Copied everything? Okay. See actually. Okay, I got your doubt. Now see, when we are going to multiply, that is going, I will take one example. In that example, it will be smooth. Otherwise, it will create confusion. See, one example I will give. In that example, I will mention that x is actually x. First of all, that x is actually x. X means that x what we are using x. That x is not that x. I mean that e power. That x is not e power. Are you getting? It is just x. It is not e power wala x. It is just x. Simple x. Okay. I will change the page. Okay. I will revise what we are doing. See. In differential equation, you will be having equation like this. This side will be having some x term. This will be function of x. For example, it can be e power x, a power x, log x, sin x, like blah blah things can be there. Now in this, whatever terms will be there, so for every term, whatever question is coming, so in this term, two things are mixed. Function of d is also mixed and y. So function of d, I will send down of these people. So y will be equal to whatever people are given divided by fd. So this total, whatever you are seeing now, only this part we call as pi. But whatever format you are seeing here, this format is not the final solution. We have to deal with this. So when we are dealing with this, then we have cases about this x. So the first case what I took, that was e power x. Now I will take one more example. I will change the page. Take one very good example. Find pi for, and directly giving d plus 2 bracket d minus 1 whole square y e power minus 2x plus 2 sin hx. I will write at the bottom plus 2 sin hx. Now see, this sin hx and cos hx and tan hx, they are special functions. They are known as hyperbolic functions. Okay. So actually you should know one thing. Whenever you have hyperbolic function, they have their own formulas. I mean, sin hx is having its own formula. Means I am trying to say sin hx. Okay, very good, Vedant. Try to write down the formula. Okay, Vedant, can you find out one mistake you are doing in the formula? One small mistake you are doing in the formula. Try to get the mistake. Okay, then you are doing two mistakes in the formula. Then one thing, x should be there. That is one mistake. Then you are doing one more mistake. Can you get the mistake, Vedant? One more mistake. Try. Minus sign. Very good. Minus sign. So when you have sin hx, then your formula used to be e power x minus e power minus x by 2. And when you have cos hx, in that case, e power x plus e power minus x by 2. Guys, is it noisy from my side? Actually, it is raining very fast. Again, 3 days rain continuously. Today, tomorrow, and day after tomorrow. 3 days again continue rain. So, in case there is chance again that maybe today or tomorrow there will be power cut again in Chennai. बैंगलोर में भी हो रही है? हाँ. अच्छा. यहाँ तो बहुत ज़्यादा बारिश हो रही है. मतलब पूछो ही मत कितनी बारिश हो रही है. बहुत बारिश हो रही है. ओके. सो गाइज, हाँ. बैंगलोर इवनिंग रेन. अश्विन, Ashwin, you are in Bangalore, right? Okay. Pratik is also is in Bangalore. You guys can meet whenever you have time. Oh, CV Ramanagar. Okay. Then meet. Enjoy. Hey, Ashwin is a boy, man, Pratik. Ashwin is not girl. Ashwin is boy. He is Ashwin. He is not Ashwini. Okay. They both are DRDO people. अरे बस बस okay. It's like Ram and Bharat Milap. Wow. Hey, where are you? I'm in AD. Hey, where are you? I'm in GTR. Come on. Okay, let's meet. Let's hang out. Let's marry each other. Okay. Okay, guys. So here we have 2 sine hx. And I will tell you, we are 119 now. And you see the strength in live class. They all are watching on. But you know what is this? The beauty. This is the beauty of having videos, recorded videos. Because there was in Feb month, in last year Feb, no, in March month, last year March month, 6 students, few girls and few boys. There is a college in Haryana, PM College. They contacted me for demo class. So I gave them demo class. So after that they asked, sir, demo class is very good and we want to join. I said okay. In March month. So they said, I didn't know about this PM College. They were the first batch. They contacted me. Before that, no one contacted me from this PM College. So they said, then they asked, sir, recorded videos are there or not? So that time I was taking propulsion and I was not giving recorded videos because I was not recording the videos. And I didn't know that only because of recorded videos, this much change I will be having. Totally, I lost around 20 admissions because of recorded videos. Back to back from different colleges, students used to call me, sir, recorded lectures are there or not? Then I decided that just propulsion will get over and then I will record the videos. And see, one more benefit, when I am recording the videos, suppose today class is starting and some new admissions are coming. So those students, I can give the previous recordings also. I can say, okay, you finish this much and then come to the live class also. And you see, once I started giving recordings, then after that, I did not lose any admission continuously. And this is the beauty of recorded lecture. Like whenever someone is not able to attend live class, or someone is sick, or someone is facing internet issue, someone is facing power problem, anything. So we can watch the video later. And it is good for me also. I don't have to take the same class again and again. See, the entire propulsion I taught 2 times, but actually many times. Because I started batch with propulsion. So first batch came, second batch, third batch, fourth batch, and this year right now also in September month I was taking propulsion only. So I taught propulsion so many times because in the first time I did not record the video for propulsion. हाँ, रिकॉर्ड में मजा तो नहीं है क्योंकि लाइव क्लास का अलग ही मजा है ना. I will write down the question again. D plus 2 d minus 1 whole square y is equal to e power minus 2x plus 2 sine hx. So solution. We are only going to calculate pi alone. We are not bothering about the complementary function. So we are only practicing pi here. So remember the formula, sine hx is e power x minus e power minus x. Now in this you have divide by 2. So in the question itself 2 is here, so multiply 2 here, multiply 2 here, these two guys will get cancelled, so we'll be getting this answer. So this answer I can replace here, because no need to bother about hyperbolic function, because already we know that we have formula for the hyperbolic function in terms of exponential function. So why to bother about that? It means the right part, if I will bother, it will become e power minus 2x plus e power x minus e power minus x. This much is easy now. So after that, what to do? We got 3 terms, and all the 3 terms we will take separately. And one more thing. Okay, this part is clear. Now I'm taking this way. This part I will do separately, and this part and this part you guys will do separately at home. I will give you final answer. This part I am doing alone. In GATE exam, these kind of questions will not come where you have to do multiple parts, because it will be time consuming. They only want to check the concept of the student. So they can check the concept only in one function. Same function they will not give, because question will be very lengthy now. But here for the practice purpose I am giving the question. Okay, now we'll go ahead. You see here. We can do like this. First you copy down this and you make this part alone and send everything down. So only if I'm considering this part, then my particular integral will be nothing but y value. Only for this part I'm saying e power minus 2x whole divided by d plus 2 bracket d minus 1 whole square. Now see, what is this? This is only we are saying again and again as fd, function of d. Okay, done. Now after this, it is based on our own intelligence, our own IQ, that how to go ahead. So after solving 2-3 questions, you'll be master in this. Don't worry. I will be selecting very good examples, so that in every example you'll be learning new things. So now what to do here? See here. This part you operate later, and this part you operate now itself. So how can we operate this part? You write like this. 1 by d plus 2 will operate later. First we'll operate e power minus 2x divided by d minus 1 whole square. Now how will you understand this logic? Which part to understand, which part to operate before, which part to operate later? Why can't we operate this part now itself, and we can operate this part later? Because see, after practice you will realize, you do one thing at home, you first operate this part, then you will see that question is going in different way. It will take you somewhere else. So after practice only you can judge which part to operate first. So advantages are there. So now after this, what to do? You know one thing, whenever we have fd with e power ax, for this we used to have direct answer. And what is our direct answer? E power ax divided by fa, right? This is our direct answer for this much part. Okay, let's understand whether we have direct answer or not for this. So what is your fa value? First of all, what is your a value? A value is minus 2, correct? Then what is your fa value? Fa value is nothing but this is your fd value. In this, d is here. The d only you will replace with a. I hope anyone is not having any trouble here. So my equation will look like 1 by d plus 2 will remaining as it is. Done. Sorry, 2. And here I am getting e power minus 2x divided by, I will substitute 2 here, 2 minus 2 here. Minus 2 and minus 1 will be minus 3, and whole square will be 9. I hope it's clear. So that 9, it's better. Okay, right here. Now you are free to operate this guy. Okay, I will change the page. So now we are remaining with e power minus 2x divided by 9 is here. So 1 by 9 you can write separately. This will not disturb you. And d plus 2 is already remaining. Now what is this again? This is again the form of x by fd. So what is the value for this? Your x is now exponential. Again the same answer, e power ax. Yeah, we got the e power minus 2x, na? E power minus 2x is given. We are solving. Vedant, what is your difficulty here? Sorry, Rajesh, what is your difficulty here? No, total power we don't have to see. We have to see only the coefficient, Rajesh. हाँ, That's what I said in the very beginning. This e power x you will do separately at home. E power minus x you will do separately at home because they are three terms. So we have to solve them separate. So right now I am solving this. These two you will solve by yourself. I will give you answers. Rujesh, clear? Okay. 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 So now e power ax formula is fa, right? So right now what is your fa here? And again, when you will put, so get my point, fa value you have to find out. Fa, how can you find out? If you know fd. Do we know fd? Yes, we know fd. So do you know a also? Yes, we know our a value. A value is -2. But there is a problem. What is the problem? This 1/9 when we got, there was no problem. 1/9 we got smoothly. But when you will put here -2, then this total answer will be 0. It means what? Your FA became 0. And when you in denominator your FA is being 0, then we have problem. We cannot take this answer. Then which answer I will take? Then I will take this answer. X times e power ax divided by f dash a. I hope it's clear now. So we have to differentiate our fd value. So fd value is nothing but d plus 2 now. So we have to differentiate fd value. So when you will differentiate fd value, so it will be 1 here. So d will be 1 and 2 will be 0. So we got 1 here. So fd is a constant value. We got 1 there. Clear, right? So simply here you will substitute 1. So you got as x e power minus 2x divided by 1. Any trouble in this solution? Anyone tick on the screen or ask your doubt? No problem? No trouble? Okay, very good. In same way, the total pi I am going to write. The total pi. This part is nothing but very simple. X by 9 e power minus 2x, and when you will work out for e power x, then your answer will come x square by 6 e power x, and when you will work out for minus, then 1 by 4 e power minus x will come. Okay, try these two parts. And Pratik, I hope your doubts and everyone doubts clear. Which x I am talking? Which x will come? Simple x will come. Okay, function of x will not come. Simple x will come. X will come. Okay, now we will discuss a bigger part when we have sin x. I mean when the right side sine will come or cos will come. So how will you tackle this? I will change the page. Yes, ask it out. No, what is your a value? A value you have to take complete coefficient of x. Okay, that is a is coefficient of x. Everything, whatever is there, decimal, negative, everything you have to take. Here already I am taking -2, right, every time. Then which one? Where is negative sign? Can you take on my screen? It contains, okay, yes, sin x minus e, yes, I came on this page. Correctly, I have written here. Yes, I have written here. When you will be operating the last one, that time you're asking. Yes, this negative sign, of course. This negative sign is, see, actually, you do like this. Find out pi for this, and find out pi for this alone. Then you arrange with their signs also, no problem. This pi is, you are getting pi1, this pi you are getting pi2, this pi you are getting pi3. Then your final answer will be pi1 plus pi2 minus pi3. Simple. Because of this minus sign. And suppose if this pi3 itself is coming negative, then this will make the answer positive. Okay. Now we will change our question and topic. So now we will be discussing another case. In another case, your x value will be like sine ax plus b or cos ax plus b. We have same procedure. So, and we will discuss like this. Remember, whenever we have d, this d, if it will come as sine ax plus b, always keep in mind what is the meaning of this d. This d is nothing but d by dx. It means what? We have to differentiate this guy. So sine, when you will differentiate, it will be cos ax plus b, and then ax plus b, when you will differentiate, it will be a. Correct? This part is clear. But if you have d square sine, suppose ax plus b, it means what? This answer you have to differentiate one more time. So this time cos, when you will differentiate, you will be getting minus sine ax plus b, and then differentiate the bracket, then already one a is here, one more a will come. And suppose if you have d cube sine ax plus b, then this answer one more time you have to integrate. So it will be, first you integrate sine, so already one minus sine is there, sine will be cos ax plus b. So differentiate ax plus b, one more a will come, so a cube will be there. Okay, so here actually I am trying to say that something I will try to explain here. Just go for d power 4 one more time. So that is, suppose you are writing ax plus b here. So this d power 4 means differentiate this guy one more time. So when cos you will differentiate, you will be getting minus sine ax plus b, and this minus, already one minus is here, right? So this will be plus, and this will be a power 4. Now see here, try to relate the logic here. This d square value and this value, they are similar in few things. I will try to link how are they similar. This d square value I will copy here. I will just put minus a square together. These things are like play with mathematics. Now this d power 4, this I can write as d square whole square. Correct? And then I will be getting, am I doing a mistake, Vedant? N is not coming yet. Okay, currently I will not write n, just wait for me. So this d power 4 I can write as d square whole square. Okay, so this total answer I can write as this sine ax plus b. This I can write as, you see here, in d square value, only that part I can write as minus a square whole square and sine ax plus b. Get my point? What change I am doing? This a power 4, I can write like this. Okay, now I don't have any problem here. So now if I'll keep on going like d square, if I'll keep on changing here, whatever d square power will come, same d square power I can change here. So this was the part I was trying to link here. So anything, I think Vedant, you are trying to write that one only, right? The power part. So I will change the page now. Yes. So it means whenever it is written like d square whole power r, or n, whatever is comfortable, sine ax plus b, then it will be like minus a square power r sine ax plus b. Now in this, your f d square, whenever, because we got the function now, so f d square sine ax plus b, you can write as f minus a square sine ax plus b. Now you have to operate both sides. So how will you operate both sides? Now you directly remember the formula. Whenever you have 1 by f d square sine ax plus b, that you will operate as 1 by f minus a square and sine ax plus b. So you see here, if sine is given, your answer will come in sine. If sine is given, your answer will come in sine. Only one change you will do. Now some students may be confused here. What is the meaning of minus a square? So minus a square you are replacing where? D square. Okay, Vedant, see. You do only one thing. Everyone focus on this line. Everyone focus on this line. I will take one example and it will be very clear. We'll be focusing on this line. And suppose, I will explain properly. I will take one example. That example will make everything clear. Now see, if this part became 0, then again you do the same the way we did in e power x. So if your f minus a square is giving 0, then your pi means this total value will be different. Only one small change. X by f dash minus a square you will put. Simple. Sine ax plus b will be as it is. I hope what change I am doing you are able to understand. I am putting dash here and I am putting extra x here. Simple. And if you have trouble one more time, suppose this guy became also 0. Means if f dash minus a square is also 0 is equal to 0. In that case, you will put one more time x. So it will be x square sine ax plus b whole divided by double dash minus a square, and it will keep on going. It will keep on going. And same thing, exactly same thing will happen for cos ax also. Exactly same thing will happen. Okay, Vedant. Same thing will happen for cos ax also. Cos ax plus b also. You just take down the notes. If you have to operate f d square cos ax plus b, same answer 1 by f minus a square cos ax plus b will come. Okay, I'm going back. Take down. Done. Okay. So now if this guy becomes 0, if f minus a square becomes 0, then your answer will be x f dash minus a square cos ax plus b. And if this guy will become 0 again, if f dash minus a 0 becomes again, then again you have to go for new answer. That new answer will be x square cos ax plus b divided by f double dash minus a square. This will keep on going. Okay. Now we'll take one example, and in that example we'll clear everything. Some students will be confused with this minus a square part. To clear that part, I'm taking example. I'll change the page. Take down one example. In this example, we are only bothering about pi part, and the total question is d cube plus 1y is equal to cos 2x minus 1. So you can see your a value is 2, and this question is made for cos. See, question is made for sine or cos, does not matter. Everything is every concept is same. Okay, we don't have to do with b value. This b is as it is. We'll just copy paste every time. Okay, so what is your pi concept? So first of all, the y value what you will achieve from the question, that is only your pi. So your pi is nothing but the y value, that is nothing but cos 2x minus 1 whole divided by d cube plus 1. Okay, now you can see this looks like x and this looks like function of d, right? It means we have to operate with our own known logics. So let's approach. Now this d cube I can break as d into d square, because we are calculating our pi only for f d square function. Okay, means these are the techniques. Actually, I am not doing this technique. People have done that technique, and we are just following that part. So this equation, what you are seeing here, this equation I can write as 1 by d into d square plus 1, and not 1, actually cos 2x plus 1, 2x minus 1 is there. Okay, now you see. Can you say that this is the function of d square? Yes, we can say. Why? Because d square term is there. Okay, so whenever we have this kind of term, we can operate like for this. We have direct answer. What is our direct answer? That direct answer you should recall. That is nothing but whatever your cos ax plus b, you will write as it is, divided by f minus a square. So again, get my point. What is your a value, and where you are replacing the entire answer? You are replacing the entire answer for f d square. So first you bother about what is your a square. A square is nothing but, in this question, it is 4, because 2 is the a value, so a square of that is 4. Now put here minus sign, put here minus sign, so your a square is nothing but minus 4. So wherever you have d square, there you will write minus a square. It means there you will write minus 4. It means here you will write minus 4. So your new part is coming as cos 2x minus 1 divided by d value and then minus 4. So just to make it simple, I am writing minus 4d plus 1. Okay, and to make it much better, I am writing 1 minus 4d. So this became my pi, but it is still not solved completely, because still there is a d. Get my logic? And this d what you are seeing here, it is nothing but d by dx. So still we have to perform this. Again, remember, whenever cos and sine part is given, we only deal with d square property. We don't deal with d property. Right now, at the denominator I'm talking. At the denominator I'm talking. So there must be any approach so that I can again convert this d into d square. So there is only one possibility, and that possibility is somehow you multiply some term so that this d can convert into d square. So we have only one great logic, and that logic is you just do 1 plus 4d, 1 plus 4d up and down multiply. Simple. So this guy will convert as, in one bracket a plus b, in one bracket a minus b. You can see a plus b, you can see a minus b. So this guy will convert as a square minus b square. So 1 plus 4d will be as it is, and cos 2x minus 1 will come as it is. At the denominator will be having a minus b whole square. So a square means 1 square minus b square, so 4d square. So we are getting 1 plus 4d. I hope I am not doing any mistake. 2x minus 1 whole divided by 1 minus this 4 when you square, it will be 16 and d square. Okay, again your logic says replace your d square with minus a square, right? D square with minus a square. Minus a square is minus 4. So replace d with minus 4. So 1 plus 4d, don't miss the d, 4d cos 2x minus 1 divided by 1 minus 16 into minus 4. So this will be plus 64 after the multiplication. So plus 64 here and 1 here, plus 65. So just a minute, I'm erasing this. So here you will be like 1 plus 4d and bracket, no need to put bracket, cos 2x minus 1 whole divided by 65. Okay. Okay. Now see guys, still it is not your pi. Why? Because d is present here. But this d will not give you trouble. This d will not give you trouble. Why? Because what is the meaning of d? D by dx. Okay. So simply you multiply this entire thing here also and here also. So when you will multiply with 1, then you will be getting cos 2x minus 1. But when you will multiply with 4d, so it will be 4d by dx cos 2x minus 1. Very simple. And just you got the idea now. You got the idea. What is the idea? This will be as it is. 1 by 65 I am missing. That will be here, of course. So you put 1 by 65 is here. So 1 by 65 in the bracket. Cos 2x minus 1 is as it is. Don't disturb that part. Only this part you differentiate. So 4. Whenever we differentiate cos, we get minus sign. So you put minus sign here. And sine 2x minus 1. And then differentiate this. So 2 will come. So it will be 8. So this will be your final answer. Now any d is not remaining. So finally you are getting cos 2x minus 1 minus 8 sine 2x minus 1. I hope you have understood in this example a lot of things. Anyone any doubt? Tick on the screen or unmute and ask. Okay, no doubt. Now I will take one example which is based on sine 2x. Very good, Pratik. Ashwin, Vedant, other students, all clear? Okay, very good. Very good. So it's going smooth. I'll change the page. Very good. I'll change the page. Now take down one more question. You take down. That question I'm taking based on sine. d3y by dx cube plus 4 dy by dx is equal to sine 2x. Now you see here. Find pi only. Don't find complementary function because that will be a separate practice. Okay. So first of all, whenever you whenever you approach for pi, okay, always remember your pi is nothing but it is fd. When you will solve this guy, that is only going to be your pi. So for different x, we have different procedures. We finished e power ax part. Now we are into trigonometry part. Especially we are doing sine 2x and cos 2x. So cos 2x example over. Now I am taking sine 2x example. Okay. So your okay, this part you can write as d cube. This part you can write as d. See, you should be ahead of me. Whatever I am writing on the screen, before that your brain should work. Like you should realize the next step. I mean, you should not just copy from the screen. Even you should be thinking about the solution. Okay. So you can write d cube y plus 4 dy is equal to sine 2x. Now this y, when you are taking common, then it will be like y is equal to sine 2x divided by d cube plus 4y plus 4d. So this became your this thing fd. Okay, but problem is whenever you are dealing with sine and cos, we don't deal in d. We deal especially in what? D square. And what if this is e power ax? Then simply we put here a value and a value. That's all done. This is not e power ax. It is in terms of sine. That's why we have to bother about d square term. Okay. So see here. What we have to do? We have to break that in such a way it should look like d square term. So are we capable of breaking this? Yes, we are capable. How are we capable? Very simple. Take d common. So sine 2x divided by, I'm taking d common. After taking d common, what will it be like? D square plus 4. And whenever you have d square, that you will replace with minus a square. So you have to think what is minus a square value. So first thing, what is a value? A value is 2. Then what is a square value? A square value is 4. Then what is your minus a square value? Minus 4. So this minus 4 you replace here. But there is a problem. What is the problem here? I think yes, there is a problem. There is a problem. Problem is, yes, when you will substitute here -4, then it will be 0. So it means what? From here, your solution will take a turn. In that turn, you will write, what is the turn now? X sine 2x divided by, you have to differentiate this part, right? So it will be 3d square plus 4, right? This will be your new solution. Now in this solution, you have to try the same -4 and check whether it is adjusting or not. So put minus, then it is working now. Then it is working. Okay, now see one more thing. I am not differentiating this part. I am simply differentiating this part because they both are same. Okay. Even if you differentiate this, you'll be getting same answer. 3d square plus 4. So substitute here -12. Sorry, substitute here -4, so it will be -12. So I'm writing at the top, then your equation will look like x sine 2x whole divided by 3. Now put -4 here. So it will be -12. I'm writing that. Okay, let me write like -4 and then I will write +4. So of course clear, -12 and +4 will give you -8. So minus x by 8 sine 2x will be your answer. Okay, I hope it is amazing. You are able to understand everything. Okay, see, there is one IQ based trouble. Sometimes, always keep in mind one thing. This d is just an operator, that is d by dx, guys. So suppose by mistake only 1 by d is remaining at the bottom. Just imagine, by mistake only 1 by d is remaining at the bottom. So this d is nothing but d by dx. Yeah, if multiplication will come, then first of all, if the multiplication will come, question will be very lengthy. Suppose if in the term e power ax is also coming into sine 2x is also coming, solution will be very lengthy. We have to solve this guy separately, we have to solve this guy separately. Like, we have procedure for that. I will come to that part, but that is not for GATE exam, because in GATE exam, if this question is coming, you should leave this question, because this question itself will take 7 to 10 minutes. You cannot afford that. Okay, I will change the page. We will deal a new property. What if the question is given is equal to x power 5 is given? So this kind of situation we have to deal now. So we have a separate case. Now we are going to discuss a case where capital X will be in the form of x power m. Okay, in that case, you already know that your pi is nothing but the value of y, that is nothing but x by function of d. Okay, and when your x will look like this, in that case your answer will be like f. It is very interesting and very easy right now. Fd whole inverse into whatever x value is x power m now. This is our simple x power m now. Okay, now how can I write this part? You know, whatever is down, if you take up, it will be inverse, right? So here fd power was down, so I will take up, now it will be inverse. Now here one beautiful fact is there. That beautiful fact is, we used to open the extension, extending powers of d with the help of like higher order expansion is there, na? With the help of that, we used to expand. I will take one example, and in that example, you will learn how to expand things. We have some functions. Let's understand one example. Question is, example is, suppose we have to deal with, but before that, you take a note about this. Expand fd power -1 in ascending order, ascending powers of d, as far as the term in d power m and operate on x power m term by term. term by term. It is actually lengthy, but we have to do this. Since the m plus 1 and higher derivatives of x power m are 0, we need not to consider terms beyond d power m. Okay, how to work out with this theory? I will explain in one example. That is very, very good example. Need, N-double-E-D. You know, Canadian students, they understand my handwriting. From Ireland, they also understand my writing. From Germany, they also understand my writing. Indians, they don't understand me, they don't understand my handwriting, they don't understand my concepts. Because I'm taking classes. Maybe they are the son of doctors or pharmacists. Maybe, or maybe my personality is like I should be somewhere else. Okay, let's take one example. I had a joke in afternoon. I thought I will crack in class, but I forgot the joke. That was very good joke. That was husband-wife joke. Wife says, why are you calling me every day? Already I have told you that I will not come. Like wife will be in her parents' house on vacation. So husband will call her every day. So she says like, why are you calling me every day? I have told you that I will not come soon. I need rest. I will take time. After a long time I'll come back. So husband says, only to listen this I used to call because I feel peace. No laughter. See this. Acha, joke was good, but the accent was not good. Okay. See, thank you, Rajesh. Thank you, Rajesh. Thank you. Rajesh, you are getting 10 hours extra for the doubt session, personal doubt session. Okay, entire life, whenever you want doubt. Very good. Take the question. d2y by dx square plus dy by dx is equal to x square plus 2x plus 4. So now you are master, easily you can do pi. So pi is nothing but your y value, that is nothing but, quickly you see, replace this guy with t square, replace this guy with d, and this total is your nothing but capital X. So it is in the form of fd now, right? So this is nothing but x square plus 2x plus 4 whole divided by your d square plus d. Okay, now you see, your function should be the function of d. So for that, what will you do? Take your d common. Don't make it a square here. It is a condition in the concept itself. I will never use paid version of Zoom. Never. Okay. d2y by dx square plus dy by dx is equal to x square plus 2x plus 4, and this d square plus dy plus is equal to x square plus 2x plus 4. then your y value is x square plus 2x plus 4 by d square plus d. So I was saying that don't write a square term here, because whenever this kind of algebraic terms are there like x power m, we operate them with function of d like this, not the d square. So you have to break d square as d into d, or better take d common. So your new term will be this part I'm writing as capital X, d plus 1. Okay, now we have to operate. So see, always remember one thing, there is expansion for x plus 1 power minus 1, there is expansion for x minus 1 power minus 1. Okay, so currently we have this situation d plus 1. So this d I will write as it is as 1 by d, and this x I will write here in another bracket, that is nothing but these values, and this d power minus 1 d plus 1 I will write as minus 1. Then with the help of expansion, there is expansion, that is 1 minus d plus d square, like that we have expansion for that. So this part I will expand. So when you are expanding, it should be in ascending order. Do not expand in descending order. Expand this function. Always remember how to expand d plus 1. This d plus 1 is currently I am expanding in this chapter, but we have expansion for this. You have to remember the expansion for this. Okay, how do we expand this part? We expand like 1 minus x plus x square minus x cube plus x power 4, like that we expand. Okay, in same way we have to expand this guy. Okay, so 1 by d I'm writing as it is, and now I'm going to expand this power. So when you are expanding this, it will be like 1 minus d plus d square minus d cube plus d power 4 plus dot 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 dot. It will go, right? Sorry, minus here. Minus, like plus minus plus minus plus minus. It will go, and in the bracket, what is coming? X square plus 2x plus 4 is coming. Now here we have a condition. Condition is maximum power is 2 here. So here also you have to take till maximum power 2. Remaining terms you don't have to take. Why you don't have to take remaining terms? Because this d3 means you have to differentiate for 3 times. So here maximum power is 2. So maximum power 2 means you can only differentiate till 2 times. If you differentiate for third time, so this total will be 0. So d power 3 will also give you 0, d power 4 will also give you 0. Like all these terms will give you 0. So we are remaining with this much now. I will change the page. So we are remaining with 1 by d bracket 1 minus d plus d square, and in the next bracket x square plus 2x plus 4. Now what is your duty? Take this bracket, multiply here and multiply here. Okay, so 1 by d is as it is. So when you will multiply with 1, so it will come as x square plus 2x plus 4. I hope I'm not doing mistake. And when you will multiply with minus d, always remember what is d? D is d by dx. So it will differentiate your answer. Means minus 2x plus 2 will come. Okay. Then plus d square means what? It will again differentiate your answer. It means this answer will also get differentiated as 2. Right? So this total will be your final answer. But still this d is here. So I told you, you have to use your basic IQ. What is your basic IQ? Whenever 1 by d is nothing but, see, d by dx is equal to d, correct? Send this d here, send this dx here. So 1 by d is nothing but dx. Okay, you have to integrate now. So this 1 by d is giving you sense that, okay, whatever we have got here, let me just manage this. So x square, this part, then this 2x will get cancelled, and this minus 2 will get cancelled. So I'll be getting 4 here. I hope I have not done any mistake. Then in this 1 by d you can write as dx with the integration. So then you will be getting x cube by 3 plus 4x, and don't put constant here, because in the very beginning I have explained we don't put constant, because these are the PIs. Whatever we have got, this is PI. So this is the total PI I have got for the equation. I hope there is no problem in this. So 3 important factors we have discussed. That is for trigonometry, that is for, all these things we discussed. answers you have to remember so that you should not be having trouble. Now we will discuss what if we have multiplication of 2. So in that again we have cases. What if we have multiplication with e power ax with some other function? So in that case, how should we deal? I will just change the page. Okay. I will explain that part also. Just take one example. What if I'll change the page. Take one more case. So this plus 2 will become because of this minus, it will become minus 2 ना, so it will cancel this plus 2. हाँ जी, कौन सा पीछे वाला? प्रतीक, कोई डाउट है क्या? बोलो फिर से. Okay. I'll change the page. See here. कमेंट तो बहुत बढ़िया करना चाहते थे प्रतीक, लेकिन अब छोड़ो, जाने दो, स्टूडेंट हो, क्या ही कमेंट करें हम. नहीं तो ऐसा तगड़ा कमेंट करते मजा ही आ जाता तुमको. चलो अब सपोज we'll take one more case. Your x is equal to, when you have e power ax and any function is coming here. Suppose this function, I'm giving symbol v. This v can be any function. Any function, it can be anything. So in that case, you have to, it can be any function, sin x, cos x, anything, x square, anything. In that case, your pi, that is nothing but y value, direct formula you remember. What you have to find out? You have to find out e power ax into v divided by fd, correct? This much you have to find out. And everyone, you should revise this lecture on YouTube again so that it will be very, very comfortable for you. Because I know this particular subject, I mean this particular topic used to be clear during the class, and after that you will be confused. So much confused. So either you revise your own notes, or for better experience, you revise the YouTube. Okay. Now you see here. Now what to do? So this answer we are looking for. So this answer you have to remember. This answer will be e power ax into v, you write as it is. Just you add one extra a here, f d plus a. Simple, very, very simple. That's all, guys. Only this much we have to do. And after that, we have to use our basic concept. I will explain how to use our basic concept. In this e power x, you will operate later in the last. Or you can say you don't have to touch even that part. You only have to operate this guy. That's all. Only operate that one. This is the trick. For example, suppose you are given with d2y example, d2y by dx square minus 2 dy by dx plus 4. This total is equal to 4y e power x cos x. Now you can see cos x is in multiplication. So directly you find out py. Your py will be nothing but e power x. You don't operate. You operate only cos x whole divided by, here it is d square, here it is minus 2d, and here it is 4 plus 4, and plus add a also. But when you are adding a, always remember where you have to add a. Some people will add a here, but we have to add a in d plus a. It means remove this here, and this should be d plus. It means it should be d plus 1 square minus 2 d plus 1 plus 4. I hope it's clear now. Okay. So now you will open this and few things will get cancelled, and e power x cos x. So you'll be just, if you open this, you'll be getting d square plus 2d plus 1, and when you'll be opening this minus 2d minus 2 plus 4, so you can clearly see this 2d will get cancelled, and this plus 1 and minus 2 and this 4 will be 3 plus 3. So d square plus 3 will be remaining. D square plus 3 will be remaining. And you already know how to deal this guy. What you have to do? You remember when you have sine cos tan, sine cos, d square you have to replace with minus a square, right? That's all. That is the answer. What is your a value? Cos ax. A is 1. So a square is 1. So minus a square is minus 1. So you replace this guy with minus 1. So e power x into cos x divided by 2. Because minus 1 will be plus 2. So this will be your final answer. So this is very, very easy. Okay. Now you have some longer terms also in this. Those terms, I don't consider that they will ask in GATE exam. They used to be really very heavy. So no need to go for those terms. Copy down this. Okay. Now see, whenever these type of questions are coming with limits, I will change the page. I will explain what I mean. See, I will give you one example. Suppose this example is like y double dash plus 4y dash plus 4y is equal to 3 sin x plus 4 cos x, comma. Initial values are given like y0 is equal to 1, y dash 0 is equal to 0. So see guys, there are two approaches to solve these kind of differential equations. First of all, whatever differential equation is given, in which category you will keep this differential equation. So this is linear differential equation, higher order differential equation. Why linear? Because any two terms are not multiplied with each other. That's why it is linear. Why it is higher order? Only dy by dx means first order. d2y by dx square means y double dash or y triple dash. They are higher order. Okay. So whatever question we are discussing here, they are, first thing, they are linear, and next thing, we are capable of higher order. Okay. In long back class, we have also discussed dy by dx with multiple power, means higher degree also we have discussed. Okay. It means what? If you have linear equation, that linear equation you can solve for higher degree also, and you can solve for higher order also. Okay. In both the cases you can solve. Very soon we will jump to non-linear equation also, but we have to wait for few things. Okay. Now understand. Whenever these kind of questions are coming, so you can see here, for this guy, you will calculate separate PI. For this guy, you will calculate separate PI. Okay. That is one thing. But when you will calculating PI is different thing. But your complete solution contains complementary function also with PI, right? So don't forget the complementary function. Keep revising. First, you have to solve for complementary function. How do we solve for complementary function? We make auxiliary equation. So for this particular question, your auxiliary equation will look like auxiliary equation will look like d square plus 4d plus 4. Okay, put equal to 0. So you can clearly see this is d plus 2 whole square. So your d will be minus 2 and minus 2 because quadratic equation. So 2 times same root, both are real. So your complementary function will be what? C1 plus C2x e power minus 2x. This will be your complementary function. How fast we calculated complementary function, you see now. But we have to calculate for sin x and cos x pi also. So how to calculate pi? You are master now. So when you will calculate pi, now you see here, best part, what I want to explain, that I'll explain. See, completing pi is not a big deal, you can find out now, but get my point. Here you got C1 and here you got C2. It means when you will be writing your complete solution, in that complete solution, complementary function will also come and pi will also come. So if complementary function you bother, here you got constant c1 and c2. It means what? The solution what you have got, that is not your complete solution. Why? Because you don't know the real values of c1 c2. So for that purpose only these values are given. Okay, so after finding out your complete solution, you substitute x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 1 in the solution, and you make equation 1, and then differentiate your complementary solution, I mean the y value, because solution is your y value, correct? Differentiate your solution one time, get your y dash. In that equation again you substitute x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, and again you get equation for second equation. In that also you have c1 c2, so you got two equations for c1 c2. Solve both the equations and then find out the value of c1 and c2. Now that c1 c2 value you will replace back here and here, then it will be your complete solution. Yes, Vedant, ask it out. No, complete solution. You have to differentiate the complete solution. Did I say complementary function? That was my mistake. Okay. No, we have to differentiate the main answer, because the main answer is the value of y. Okay, main answer. Okay, it's very clear now. So now see guys, when you are getting your main answer, the main answer is your y value. That is your main solution, but that solution contains c1 and c2. So to remove c1 and c2 with their original values, we have to use these two methods. Okay, so now in this procedure you have to find out CF, complementary function, that will contain c1 and c2, and you have to find out your pi. Then you have to differentiate the equation, then you have to remember, then you have to use these two values, then you have to find out c1 c2 values, then you have to put back c1 c2 values, then you will be getting your final answer. Okay, so I'll change the page, copy down some data. Your CF will come as c1 plus c2x whole power e power minus 2x. Your pi will come as sin x. Your complete solution will come as CF plus pi. Your complete solution is only your y value. So after that you have to do your y0 is equal to 1 and differentiate this equation, get y dash 0 is equal to 1, then c1 and c2 equation here also, and c1 and c2 equation here also. Solve both the equations, you'll be getting c1 is equal to 1 and c2 is equal to 1. So this set of values you put back into CF here, then you'll be getting the final equation of y. That equation y will be y is equal to 1 plus x e power minus 2x plus sin x. Write down. So what I wanted to explain in this question, that there are two methods. First, to copy down this. Okay, copy down. Done? Okay. Now I'll change the page. See guys, so whenever these kind of questions are given, when limits are given, like, I mean the initial values are given like this, right? That can be any value, not only 0, 1, that can be any value. Whenever values are given like this, there are two approaches to solve this equation. One approach is what we are learning now, find out CF, find out PY and do blah blah things, and you'll be getting your answer. There is another approach, that is Laplace transformation. With the help of Laplace transformation also you can solve your differential equation. So in my Laplace transformation playlist, I will do one thing. After today's class, I will add the Laplace transformation playlist in our main playlist, so that you can complete Laplace transformation. And when you are solving these kind of questions by Laplace transformation, that is highly easy, very easy, and some time less time you will consume when you are solving this question by Laplace transformation. So your after today's class, you have to go and learn the Laplace transformation video. In Laplace transformation, first you will learn what is Laplace transformation, and some playlists are there, properly designed, well explained playlist is there, and with previous year questions. Some questions are also there from previous year gate questions. I have explained in that. So Laplace transformation you complete. So in the last, I think 5th or 6th or 7th lecture of Laplace transformation, I have taught this one, like how to solve these kind of questions using Laplace transformation also. So I will suggest you guys ready with both CF and PY method also, and Laplace transformation also. But my recommendation is Laplace transformation. Then why to bother this one? Because if you remember this main concept, then you can solve any type of general question. Okay, done. Now we'll change our topic. We have some questions. I'm giving you some homework. Take that homework question. I will give solution also, and you can verify later. I will change the page. Take down your homework. So your first question you take down: y double dash minus 2y dash plus 2y is equal to x plus e power x cos x. And for this question, you have to find out your complete solution. Complete solution is nothing but CF plus PI. So you do your work, and your complete solution should be like, just a minute, let me see the complete solution. Your complete solution will be like e power x c1 cos x plus c2 sin x plus 1 by 2 x plus 1 x, after that plus sign, then I'm writing at the bottom x e power x by 2 sin x. This question you try by yourself at home. This stunt you must try at home. There is no chance of injury. Okay, now I will do one thing. Some questions are there. I will make that question into a PDF and with solution, and okay, and I will upload this on Drive. So those questions with solution you can practice on Drive. And I think now we are ready for partial differential equation. Method of variation of parameters is also one case. That part also we have to see. But it's okay. Okay, you see that part also. That is also interesting. Probably we'll start PD from tomorrow. No need to start from today, because already you have done so much today. So from tomorrow we can start PD, because almost OD is done. Almost OD done. Some topics are, small topics are remaining. Then we can jump to PD. Just a minute, just hold down. I'm just checking how much is remaining in my notes. Linear dependence, that's all. That's all. We can, then we have some applications of linear differential equation, but those equations are not important at all. So that part I will quit, and then we can go for, I have made very good notes. That's all. Then we have some spatial that I will not continue the spatial part here. Then we'll jump to our partial differential equation. So in tomorrow's class, we'll start our partial differential equation. Okay, and some questions are there. I will send you the screenshot of the questions, and I will convert it into PDF, and you can practice them, right? Okay. Thank you guys. Good night for tonight.